Everybody wants to be an astronaut. Take the long, tall trail to the sun.
Hello everyone, welcome back to more for the Golden Path International Tournament. I am your host and commentator, the BlackShadow. We've been continuing our coverage of the Wildcards, our free-player shootout with spots in the next round up for grabs. Before we do get started with this video, however, I do need to address the very sad news from a couple of days ago, the passing of Agent Zion. So you may remember Agent Zion was the individual who actually helped organise the very first Dune Imperium tournament, the Art of History tournament, which started about 18 months or so ago. Unfortunately, he passed away on Saturday, the 27th of January, and it was awful, awful news to hear. Obviously, my heart goes out to the family, and it's been a lot of kind words, a lot of people sharing their memories of Zion on the Discord and all that sort of stuff. But I do want to make a quick acknowledgement of that before we do start this video. Partially because as well, I know that Unfussable, our tournament sponsor, to be playing today's game, was like a lot of us, were really taken aback by the news and just completely floored by it. Desperately sad. It shouldn't get in the way of the content you'll be watching today, but I feel it would be inappropriate for me to not at least make an acknowledgement of the news. As effectively Zion was my predecessor, and I wouldn't be sitting here doing these commentaries and providing this to you guys if he hadn't done the first one. It's as simple as that. Today's game is going to be Wildcard B, as we'll be featuring Unfussable, as mentioned, as well as Sutekh and Radofix. This is going to be a pretty tough game, I think, for all the players. There's no question about that. Let's have a look at how they did in the groups. We will start off with Unfussable, our tournament sponsor, who really didn't think that they were going to actually proceed at all beyond the groups. The so-called European Group of Death here, Group L, absolutely brutal, but managed to secure 2 wins and would have probably made automatic qualification. It wasn't for the heck of an encounter they had with Zazabu in the final group game. If you've not seen it, do go check it out. But it's one of those games where, without the context of the tournament, like, Zazabu abandoned the game just to try and stop Unfussable. It was the only thing they had to worry about. It was a fascinating contest. Zazabu did win it, hence Unfussable is going to be here battling in the wildcards. They're being joined by Sutekh, I believe that's how you pronounce it, who got 3rd in Group O. Very, very narrow here. You'll actually notice that Sutekh actually had a better points rating than Artorius, who made 2nd place, but just 1 point short, and they just couldn't finally win. They got a win, and were very consistent with the groups, but just needed to find that extra mile in one of those 3 games, and just couldn't quite manage it, which was very unfortunate. Incredibly tight group, as you can see there. Only 2 points separating 1st and 6th. Man, very unlucky being eliminated as well. It was a crazy group, but great entertainment nonetheless. And third up being this one is going to be Radofix. Radofix, as you can see, this is a completely different group. Heckenguber and Mobs really heavily on, especially Heckenguber won all 4 of his games, absolutely dominated the group. Very, very impressive stuff here. So it was largely a fight for who could secure the 2nd spot, and more importantly, who was going to hold on for the wildcards. You see, everyone had a shot going into the final week here. Cameron and Radofix managing to survive here. Radofix only getting over by a percentage point in the average points. That is literally it. Very, very close. And holding on for the spot here. It's hard to know who is going to be favourite in this game here. I think it will be a very close affair. If I had to say my money anywhere, I think Sutekh might well get over the line. It was such a close group. And obviously, while Unfussable did also do very well in a very, very tough group. I don't know. I just think Sutech's just going to have kind of the precision. But I think it's probably between those two. I think Radofix might struggle a little bit in this one. But between Unfussable and Sutekh, anyone's game. Alright, so we're getting ourselves ready for the game here. Being joined by Mr. Martel. How are you keeping?
I'm doing well. How about you?
Not bad. Martel, should be interesting to join us here. Martel actually surviving his wildcard game a few or so days ago. So, in the next round, which I suppose congrats are in order.
I think it was a very fun game, very tough fight. Ended up trashing spy satellites for the point to get to the 10.
Yeah, it's always good. So, as our, qualified, I can actually win a free-player game. I suppose you're the expert here, so no pressure on that.
Well, maybe. I think I got pretty lucky, honestly. Lucky with the conflicts.
We'll see. Anyway, so let's go have a look at our techs here. PBS has got the first player mark, which I think is pretty good in the free-player game. So look at our row here. It is a pretty good one. Guild Bankers, Voice, very powerful early. Guild Chief Admin. I'm also sold on this one, the free-player game. I think it's totally fine. Shai-Hulud, if you want to go combat heavy, that's pretty tempting as well. Suppose it's also not bad. Good techs as well. Artillery, very dangerous in the free-player game. Holo projectors, also very strong. Spaceport, probably not going to get picked, I don't suspect. So I think that stat could be pretty quiet. Leaders-wise, there's a few missing here. Beast is there, Tezzy is there, but no Baron. There's no Ilban. There's no Yuna. No Eliza either, actually. Eliza has won 3 out of 3 games in the free players that they've played so far. So maybe a potential free player ring of that player. That leader, I should say.
Yeah, like in Beast. Beast here in the 3rd spot.
I mean, Beast is just pretty solid,
strong,
I think, in the free player
players.
game. Unfussable does agree. Pretty straightforward, uncomplicated, can do a lot of good stuff. Makes sense to me. Radofix in the 2nd spot here as well. Probably taking Tezia, I would imagine, and then it's an interesting opening pick for first place. What you got to think about in the 2nd spot is, like, if I don't pick Tezia, surely first player is just taking them, so you got to give them the more interesting choice, which is what we see. And Sutek's going to be up. Reminder, of course, is the free player game. So it is all 10 points are going to be scored. Players start without the bonus one that you get in the 4 player. They've got to find all 10 themselves. So, as mentioned, as you are, you have a qualified, free player winner. I suppose the question that everyone wants to know is, what are you looking for in the game? How do you win a free player game other than just being lucky?
I mean, you gotta find your points in other places, like combats, maybe grab a bunch of intrigues and go for points that way, or getting like a opulence or Sayadina.
You need something else generating a couple points on the side, basically.
Yes.
You can't get them all from the board.
I would love to see a Leto pick here. That way maybe see some cool alliance fights.
Nah, it's gonna be 100. To be fair, Leto is statistically has really struggled in the free players. Like he's been picked quite a few times and he's yet to win one. So.
Look at this, points from intrigue.
Well, that's a good place to start. Putting away the Bindu suspension, pretty obvious choice. Although 100, of course, will want the spice for his signet ring, which he doesn't find as we open up here. So I guess that's on the way. It is the mixed smuggling skirmish. It's not bad, I don't think, in the free player. I think the bump's fine. The bump's probably better in a free player because you can cash it in sooner. And the free Solari is obviously pretty good here. So as the players get underway, we've got a diplomacy for her. Tezzy going smuggling here. Beast has drawn really badly here. I wonder if Beast is just going to go pick up artillery and then look to do something else here. I think that's not.
I think it would.
I think that's not bad. I don't know if Beast is ever going to manage to get Shai-Hulud, but it gives like Spice Hunter and other cards that might pop up a bit of extra zing to them. I also don't think Beast is going to do a whole lot of trashing this game. So I think there's extra value in maybe going for artillery here. And it gives you an extra persuasion, Like, that helps, And what else are you really doing here? You're not going mining. Do you really want to hit Carthag immediately? I mean, I guess you could. But...
I don't like getting the first intrigue with 100 in the game because...
Yeah, exactly. They know what it is. So, and that's exactly what we see here. So, yeah, I'm just thinking about it. So they will get the Bindu. So Hundro knows that it's not a combat, which is also pretty nice. But I'm guessing you've definitely found, because at time of recording, none of the wildcard games have actually gone up onto the channel yet. We're basically just about done with all the group stage games. I'm guessing you found that you kind of get dragged into the combats a lot more than perhaps you otherwise would do, just because there's less players.
Right. Yeah, which is why Beast is so strong in 3-player games, because he could just get troops.
Yeah, he can break the cycle, as I've talked about, the combat winning cycle. He can definitely break that by just getting so many troops in. So Hundo just going Basin. Obviously, no Signet Ring, but he's prepping that up for later, so he can have some more flexibility on it. So I'm able to get involved here. Tezia behind. It's just that Tezia went smuggling, did not use a diplomacy card, which is interesting, but a deception maybe. I think it's going to pull us in, and I think we're going to see Tezia hit Hardy Warriors here, I imagine. Just going to go Steel Suits.
Ooh.
Now, they're only putting in one.
Yeah,
I don't like. Now, remember, of course, in the free-player game, there is no third-place reward here. So, maybe Radofix has forgotten that. Bindu immediately played by Beast and finds the second dagger, which is huge.
And he waits. I would totally.
I mean,
wait
there's
here
no reason not to. There isn't not to. So, that's worked out quite nicely for Beast there. Yeah, he's like, shouldn't have done that. So, free persuasion. Guild Bankers looks good. Voice looks good. I think it's got to be Bankers, right? You can't let that go to other players.
Yeah, I think you take Bankers.
Much as I love the voice and adore it early game, I think Bankers just seems a better card. So it does take it. Landing Rights turns up here. The great thing as well for Unfussable is Unfussable can now go artillery and still win the combat as well, because the other dagger will count for 2. I think that's got to be the play here, right?
Yeah, it's a good spot.
I think that's got to be the play. Gives you 5 persuasion as well, so you can get hold of some fun cards. Maybe get hold of Assassination, which is going to be worth 2 to you now on reveal.
Yeah, maybe Landing Rights Assassination.
Landing Rights Assassination looks pretty good to me. Unfussable does spot it, so good pick up there. I think that's really nice. Good spot. And will be a reveal for the win and the extra power key. I can assume Radofix forgot about the fact that there's no third place reward in this. I think they're going to get... oh, yeah, of course. I can assume it's the only reason they put in the troop there. And it does happen again. The free players, like, people don't have a ton of experience with the free players. You know, it does put people out of their element, but that's kind of the point. You know, it's a complete straight shot here, so... Does take landing rights. Doesn't go for assassination. Satellite ban the next one. I would have considered that as Beast, although it is kind of clogging the deck a bit here. Yeah, there's no third place Radofix, not in the free player games. There's no third place, I'm afraid. It's on the card. Yeah, that's what I expected. I did think they forgot, but I can't tell them until the end, so it's clearly here. There is no third place reward unless second and third specifically tie second. That's the only time.
Right.
So you know, a troop thrown away unnecessarily, but it's not a big deal. You'd rather throw away one. You're like, oh yeah, of course, does happen. We're gonna move on. Round 2 is Imperial Basin. Now this is gonna be very fun here because there's usually all 3 spots are good here, but it's an interesting spot in the free player game because the drop between second place and nothing is huge. So, and obviously first place is a point and control of the area. So, good 2 rewards here. We might see a lot of fight. Everyone's got some garrison troops here. Tezia's up first. Tezia can't go shipping this round. She could go definitely fold space and look to Signet Ring and shift away to get shipping for the round afterwards. I imagine is what we'd see Tezia do.
Yeah, I think that's
maybe
okay.
Hardy Warriors. Just hit Hardy Warriors now and then shift away, knowing that you don't need to worry about the next combat or 2. I don't hate that. First of all, having a look at decks here, but I think that'd be my move here, Tezia. Just barrel in with Hardy Warriors and say, Beast, what do you want to do? But no, fold space is totally fine. So
Beast could actually get a lot of troops in here by smuggling. And
well,
landing
the
rights
Beast
for
has
combat
drawn
space.
a really awkward deck. They've got their Sikh allies, their Signet Ring, their Diplomacy, and their landing rights all in the same hand, which is really awkward. Really awkward here. In a weird way, I would actually not be against Beast just going like Wealth Mentat with a Signet Ring and getting position on Hundro again. I would not be against that and just put him in another really awkward spot and just say what you're going to do about it. You might even find a dagger while you're at it as well, which would feel pretty good. But it's like you've got so many good cards in hand, you feel like you've kind of got to use them though, right? Like, only taking 2 action of that hand just feels really awkward. But I don't know, Sikh Allies Wealth, Mentat with Signet Ring, and then whichever one of the other 2 you decide to use. Like, it feels maybe a touch wasteful, but it means you're probably winning the combat, which is kind of what you want here, right?
Yeah, for sure. 3-player games, VP conflicts are much more important than 4-player. I think.
And I think this is a pretty big opening combat here, and ultimately, like if Hunter and Tesia kind of just like skirmish for second place, then you're fine with that, you know. I wouldn't hate that. And you're kind of opening the chances for them to maybe try and get involved. Like if you just throw in a load of troops now, it just shuts it down. Whereas maybe you want them to use up their strength a bit here because you've got more reserves than they do. So, I don't know. Like, if you went Wealth Mentat and one of them was to go Hardy Warriors, which Tesia can't do, Hunjo's the only person that could do it. Like, is that a disaster? I don't think so. But they are going to just cut this in the bud here and just going to throw everything in. I think it's a bit unnecessary. You've got so much firepower. I think I would have liked a little bit more nuance here. Now it just lets the players just not worry about it, and they're not even remotely tempted to get involved. You've got to kind of dangle that carrot, I think, a bit there.
So, like, yeah, if you leave 2 troops, you can always give yourself combat space to go and build.
Yeah,
troops
didn't
later,
need to throw
but
them all
maybe
in.
he wants to use diplomacy.
Didn't need to throw them all in the bet.
Instead.
But never mind. By the way, 100 here deciding to go straight down and take the Solari to get their Swordmaster, which I think I would now do, given the situation. I think I would do that. You kind of want to go up to try and get hold of... The problem is they want to go up so they can get hold of the shipping bump and get in front of Tesia for instead of shipping in a couple of rounds. But I wouldn't have hated just going straight down. Tesia just go in tech negotiation with Signet Ring here to get to the instead of shipping. Not interested in going Carfax. They want to get full persuasion up, so they're eyeing up Guild Admin, I imagine.
Yep, grabs a spice courtesy of her sleeper token.
Looks to be the plan here. Yeah, see, now it's like, what does Beast now do? It's like, they've now got their second action. It's like, you know, what do you do? It's kind of, it's very awkward. That's why I would have liked that line from Unfussable, but, you know, you may disagree, and that's fine. You may think I'm talking a complete load of crap, but it gets through a lot of... When you draw such a powerful hand, and when you know your next hand is going to be garbage, like, you got to make use of that strength. And I think in a free-player game, I think you can get away with a bit of extra Mentat use. You can kind of skirt the boundaries a bit more. So...
Yeah, I think you have to go to one of the city spaces with your ring and just garrison a couple troops, because you're going to have probably both daggers next conflict.
Yeah,
which is going to be a
you got to garrison and get ready for that.
reveal.
And the argument is as well, like, you could even still get 5 persuasion. You get like satellite ban. That on beast hands is frightening. As a very scary card. Like, you're abandoning pretty much all pretenses of getting spice plus flows, but you're the beast. Like, you don't really care.
Yeah, I would like to see a trip to Carthage here.
I'm trying to see what else.
Kind of sucks that you're giving up diplomacy, but
I mean, that's the way it goes. Like, I was probably not using both of them anyways. Even with my line, like, I was probably going to city space anyway, so, you know, it's not a big deal. You can give up missing diplomacy once. It's not a disaster. Trying to see what else we got here. So, Hunjo...
does have a lot of choices.
So, Hunjo, I guess, and the thing is, now you've put in all 4 troops, Hunjo can just easily just go steel suits and just go there with Seek Allies, and he's getting free water without any trouble from Tesia. That's the other issue here. Like, the no one was realistically ever going to change for this combat, so, you know, again, a little bit wasteful from Unfussable. Anyways, we'll move on. So, it's going to be, wow, are they going steel suits to cut off Hunjo? I wonder. I mean, Hunjo will happily go Hager Basin. He doesn't care.
That is another option. Steel Suits gives you a water that gets you 4 spice. You're going first next round, right? You can go Imperial Basin next.
Well, no, because, no, Hunjo just goes Basin now.
Oh,
Hunjo's got the water. So if you cut off steel suits, he just goes Basin. So I like the idea, but again, it's like whatever you do, Hunjo's like, I'll just do the other thing. He doesn't care which one he does, I don't think. You know, if he gets the spice, great. It's good for his ring, good for his intrigue. He keeps Seek Allies, which is a bit tricky as well. Like, he's going into this combat and he's getting the second place. There's nothing you can do about that, so... But it does feel bad to, like, not be using the Signet Ring. It does suck a little bit.
Wealth
They
now.
go Wealth now. You see, and again, it's like, I would like to have gone the way around there, but never mind. So Hunjo will just take the spice anyways, which I think is probably better than Steel Suits anyway. I would definitely be grabbing that. Tezzy is going to reveal for 4. Grab the administrator. See shipping. Get shipping. Unfussable is going to reveal for 5. I imagine it's going to be satellite ban. GB inflation does turn up though. 100 was eyeing it up. Nah, I mean, it was not realistically. It wasn't really on. I don't know. I mean, I don't hate grabbing G manipulation as beast. Like the trashing's useful, but the thing is, it's not like a. You got no more Bene Gesseris to play off it though, so I don't like it. I think satellite ban is just so good for you, just to get spice and you just absolutely just keep smashing Highliner as often as you can. Yeah, I like that. Treachery turns up in the row. Very powerful. Couple reveal for Hundro. I don't think I'd get anything as you. I think they're too great. Could get Spice Hunter, I guess, but I don't think I'd get an assassination mission with you. You don't really need the money. Like, you've got access to shipping. I think I'd just pass.
Yeah, pass. Elysian is fine too, but I think I pass as well.
When your ring is so good and you're not trashing initial Seek allies, I think you've got to be a bit more disciplined with your card buying here. So he's grabbing the liaison, but what's he doing with that? Is he like hoping to try and find his way to treachery, I guess? It's going to be hard for him to do so. But we'll see. Anyway, so combat over. Unfussable wins it. Probably more expensive than needed. And Hundro picks up the 2 water, and he's going to be cutting off Tezia to Great Flat here. So Hundro's going to have an absolute bucket ton of spice here. He would love to find his signet ring here, by the way. Oh, he does! Wow. You know what? I'm not against Hundro's signet ring and just hitting Highliner immediately. I really don't hate that. That is huge. You could go signet ring, Swordmaster, and Seek allies to Highliner. And just, like, you're going to be really solid here. That is huge. It is raid stockpiles and more. And the thing is, it's raid stockpiles, which is actually a pretty good combat to go highlining for. If you're setting up, you're getting some of your spice back anyways. Your economy's still in good shape.
Looks like Beast is going to get the first
Yeah, Beast decides to get in first, which is fine. It's not a disaster. Hundro, I don't think, should care. I honestly think that's what Hundro's got to do. I think Great Flat, cash in the shipping, and I think I would be highlining. I think, and just get garrison troops, and then that kind of puts Beast on the back foot for a couple of turns. And Tezia's not really in a great position to get in your way here. There's no point, I mean...
What if Tezia voices Highliner? That would be sick.
I mean, it would be, but that would be very unlucky. And worst come to worst, he's just Mentat. You know? I wouldn't hate Mentat. Maybe you find your liaison. You can get hold of treachery. So I don't think it's a bad thing at all. I think that would be my opening move here. What else is Hundred considering here? Is he considering? I don't really see what else he got here. Is he if he went forward space, I think it'd be a bit of a waste. I think it's got to be the line here. He's got to grab Great Flat ahead of Tezia, surely, because otherwise Tezia just blocks it, and you're never getting there.
Yeah, and you need the spice, especially holding Sleeper Must Awaken in your hand.
Yeah, you gotta get the spice. I think it's too important. All right, I know I'm saying you spend 6. Carfag! Wow, okay. This is... I don't... You're asking for trouble here. Whenever you've got a player that has the voice in their deck and it's not face up, you cannot be greedy with spaces. Because you are going to get punished. They're going to block you from what you want to do, and you're going to regret it. Finds Bypass, which is not great here. There's no great 5 value cards on the row to even spend the spice for, so...
Wow.
It feels inaccurate. And I think Tezzy is surely just going to go instead of shipping, and she's just going to block Great Flat, surely, and just take it. I don't know.
I mean, could have thrown in troops at Great Flat too, right?
Yep, could have thrown in. Didn't need to go Carfag for it. I think blinded by the intrigue, maybe.
He wants the water for something.
The thing is, I haven't turned the sword on yet. I apologize, folks. But yeah, no, I think in the free-player game, like, there's a lot more options, and there's a lot more opportunity for, like, these really precise and incisive moves that can really shake and carve, like, how a game goes. He's going to throw the 3 in here, but I do think Hunter's missed the trick. do think he's missed the trick here. Tezia might just go great flat and just block up Interstellar. You know, could do it either way.
Yep.
Doesn't really matter which way he does this. You've got to expect that. You've got to get one and block the other. That much is obvious. So up and down surely for Tezia, I would imagine. Problem is for Tezia is she's drawn both her diplomacy cards now, which is awkward. But who knows? Like, the thing is, like, if wow, goes up twice. Wow. And blocks Swordmaster.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
That's spicy.
Wow. I mean, that is brave, considering Hundro could surely just take great flat. As it turns out, he can't, and that's brutal. And this is another reason as to what the problems now. Now, what does Hundro do on his extra action now? You see the issues when the voice is in play, you can't get clever. You will be punished by trying to be greedy.
Well, Hundro still has the option to go Mentat, but then he can't buy Swordmaster. Unless he draws green. Could get lucky.
Yeah, this is...
He's got another dagger. And he's got his liaison.
Yeah, this is... I think this is an issue of Hundro's own making here. He's complicated this more than he needed to. Beast also not particularly happy here. Beast with not a lot to do.
I mean, if you throw in one troop, you're most likely going to get second place in this conflict.
Does Beast just go Imperial Basin and just gate 3 spies?
Imperial Basin's not bad. But the thing is, you might be able to do that later as well.
Is it even that
If
much
you
of a
go-
disaster
if you
for
go-
Beast just going Mentat? Like, you're not going to be able to get your Swordmaster for a while anyways, because Hundro's going to be next, and then Tezia's going to be ahead of you anyway, so Beast isn't going to get
Right.
the Swordmaster. I honestly think Mentat is actually not a bad shout here for... But you've got Artillery, so, like, you kind of want to go Arakeen as well, because if you get a troop in that 6 strength, but I think Mentat might be the play here. No! They're just going to go Holo Projectors, so, okay. Interesting. Interesting. Bit of curious round. This flagship turns up, by the way. Great fat looking, even juicier.
Yeah. So now you got a choice, Hundro.
I mean,
Mentat trying to get
you
lucky.
gotta Mentat, right? Like, what else do you do here? It's gotta be Mentat. If you don't get your Swordmaster, so be it. Yeah, he's got a Mentat here. Finds his fold space, so all options available to him. But it means that Seek Allies is going to be not... Well, I mean, he could fold space to Swordmaster, I guess. I don't hate that. So Tezia will grab the Great Flat. Been a weird round. People have kind of done actions a bit backwards, but we're here. Beast will get rid of the dagger. It's a draw. Finding their convincing argument. So 5 to buy... Which is, it's kind of not a very good row for 5 is the problem. 1 short of Treachery. G-Manip looks tempting, but time is running out. It's already round 3. If you're going to get G-Manip, you kind of got to get it now. Assassination Mission, I don't think has enough value to... You probably should have got it straight away. But they're going to grab it.
Yeah, if you didn't
Can
grab
of
it
Fishing,
first,
I think.
then-
Ooh, Freming turns up. Now that's a good card for you.
Yeah, definitely take Permanent Camp.
That's a big reveal. Two Persuasion and 2 Swords on reveal. That's pretty good. It's not even looking at the agent action. But I think they're going to go Gene Manipulation here. I have a funny feeling. But I think Fremen Camp... I think I would have preferred that, but okay. They're thinking obviously trash Assassination Mission, but they're going to have to, you know, find uses for it. So here comes Swordmaster. They will draw again.
Liaison.
Finds another faction access card. Wow. Tezia reveals for free. Obviously had they grab a liaison. And Hundro
Hundro has an action.
What? Oh, he just realized. I was like, what are you doing? You might as well use Seek Allies and just go secrets or something. Go Wealth. Go Fold
Yeah, get it out
Space.
of your deck. It's already been held it twice on reveal. It's not good.
Once is fine, but I think here, just use it. Just
Yeah.
go secrets. Go selective. You know, pull Shy Halud, pull Treachery. There's a lot of things you can do here. All sorts of options. I don't think there's any reason to hold on Seek Allies anymore.
Yeah, I don't mind selective reading actually.
Yeah, get rid of the dagger. You know, get rid of Sea Guys, get rid of the dagger, pick up Shai Hulud, you know, pick up Treachery, pick up whatever the hell you want. The problem is he's looking at his cards, he's thinking, ooh, I could do with the spice. And of course he gave it up. But he does find selective, so he's got to be a little bit cautious of his spice now. He's gonna need some. But I think this is fine. So he will get rid of both.
It's gonna be 3 spice sitting on Haga Basin. Can always grab that first, but then you're
But he's going
shipping
shipping, so he will do for that. Recon, Liaison. He's got 8 persuasion. So will he be tempted by Shai Hulud, or does he go Treachery? I'm unsure.
Both. I can see an argument for both.
Depends how you see it. I feel like Treachery's probably better for you here. I think, generally speaking, I would go Treachery.
Yeah, I think I'd take Treachery.
Shai Hulud is going to get your deck down a bit sharper. You've only got 10 cards. It's a good fodder eater. It's close. You've got a Liaison, so I think it's very close here. I don't hate either one. Shai Hulud, you could then that Shai Hulud with Spice Hunter, for example, pairs beautifully. That's a lovely combo. I don't think any of the players are grabbing Spice Hunter, so that's probably going to stay there. Depends how you see it. I mean, faction access feels good though. When Tezzy's in the game, Treachery, letting her get that is kind of unacceptable. So there's a bit of a denial aspect. I don't feel like Beast is picking up Shai Hulud anytime soon. I don't think their deck's good enough for that. Yep. So Treachery it will be. Treachery. They have 2 more if they want it. I don't think I'd buy. They want to see as much ring as possible. Test Humanity turns up next. But yeah, Hunjo's problem here is Hunjo needs a lot of spice now. And he's going to be kind of...
He does have all the water, though. But the thing is, Tessie is sitting at 6 spice, and she can easily go eyeliner. Yeah. Get that water back.
So they're just going to grab all the Tessie Humanity, not allow that to go out. Just put that in the hand, which I don't hate. I think it's fine.
Do they have enough for Tessie Humanity?
They used Bypass.
Oh, got it. Missed that.
So, Hunjo wins it. Second wave found. That's actually pretty good for him with all the shipping he can do. That could be of some use. Couple of spice for Tessie. Tessie's got a bucket of spice here, so there's going to be a heavy conflict here. Interesting that Tessie, of course, is readying up. She could get highliners if she wants. It's right there for her, and I don't think you can stop that. Guild Bankers is found.
She has a lot of faction access cards in her discard.
She does.
I don't know if she has anything left.
So I think Tessie's just
specifically for this.
Yeah, I mean I think Tessie might well just I think Tessie's going flagships. I really do. I don't really see what else she's gonna do this round.
Yeah, I don't mind flagships. I mean, you can get it with smuggling too.
She knows she's not gonna be able to get Swordmaster this round because Beast is gonna get there first. Just trying to plan a plot these routes out. By the way, fourth round, by the way. The combat is terrible purpose, so good for both spots, really. I don't hate either. Good rewards. It's got to be shipping from Hunjo. Tessie's surely got to smuggle. Beast then's going to respond with Swordmaster then. It's going to be back to Hunjo. His second action's a bit more awkward, though. He's never getting hold of the Guild Bankers for the... Spice must flow, so you might as well just use it.
Yeah.
Wow, Tessie's gonna wait.
Double cross. This is such a good entry.
Wow, double cross is huge. Yeah, that's a 4 combat swing on whoever you want for a Solari. Pretty good.
Not only that, in 3 players, it seems like there's a lot of one person going heavy and then someone else throwing in.
And you can punish that.
So if you can double cross that one person and get second place,
you can punish that definitely.
It's huge.
So Beast now does not have the Swordmaster right away. So what does Beast do? Gonna get rid of the Dune. I don't hate that. Find their Signet Ring. Pretty nice. Beast has not...
Maybe he wants to trash the Dune.
Yeah, Beast has not yet gone any kind of shipping here. So... The problem is scary is that there are worlds. I know it's very unlikely, but Tessia could have Expedite. If she's pulled Expedite, that's pretty brutal for you because she's going Swordmaster. That would be really disgusting if they had found Expedite here. That would have been really hideous. So maybe Beast just goes Swordmaster anyways and doesn't worry. Is there anywhere pressing for Beast to go? Like Imperial Basin? I don't hate going Imperial Basin with like your Signet Ring.
Not bad. Gets you 4.
Gets you 4 spice. You get a troop in as well, if you want to. Yeah, they see it. I think this is good. I think 4 spice is pretty significant. Just gonna put it in. It's fine, I guess. Hundro up. Hundro's gonna go Hager Basin. Now Hundro's eyeing up Highliner. And
Yep,
now we're
access.
gonna see what Tezia's gonna do here. Is Tesia still gonna smuggle here? I also don't think Tessia actually shifted at all. She did not shift with Signet Ring. No, she's just...
Well, yeah, she had nowhere to go down.
She's going Spaceport. What is going on here? What is she after?
Oh, maybe she knew that she can get it on reveal, the shipping on reveal.
I mean, possible. I mean, that's fine if that's the case. I don't hate that. But what's she buying here? She's got 6 persuasion. Is she getting Duncan Loyal on top? I don't know. Kind of interesting. Did not expect Spaceport. I didn't think that was going to be the case, but okay. They can still get hold of flagships here. Where they go, they can drop down. They can't get them.
Yes, that's what I was talking about. Still getting flagships, but the thing is, you're giving up Solari for it, which you still need.
Yeah, the things, yeah, Swordmaster, you're going to be patient for here. So, Beast has got to get Swordmaster. I guess you just use G-Mutilation to do it. You kind of want to keep the dagger. But it's kind of weird. Like, the dagger's kind of not helping you a lot here, though. And you've got to be concerned about the fact that Hundro is like, threatening Highliner here. So, maybe you just use the dagger for it? Oh. And Unfussable's trying to skirt the edge a bit here. They're getting a little cheeky. They're trying to hold off Swordmaster as long as possible. But they're going to regret that. I think they've forgotten that Tessia is going to potentially cut off Swordmaster here. Maybe they think that's okay if it happens. Maybe they feel Tessia's got to go into Solar Shipping next round, so they'll have the money for Swordmaster is what's going on. There's a bit of second guessing going on amongst the players here. Kind of trying to just outwit and outfox each other. It's a risky business. If you're wrong, you're going to pay for it. Here comes the Highliner. So how much does he want to put in here? 3? 4? He's got second wave, so he's probably going to just go with 3, I would imagine.
Yeah, I think I use only 3 here. You have a sword, and then second wave if you really need it.
Which, as it turns out, he's probably going to.
It might not. Yeah. Yep. If he gets double crossed. But man, that's gonna cost Tessia so much. It's gonna cost her Swordmaster next round.
I mean, she's already made that decision, so she's already prepared for that. She has to take Spice anyways to get hold of flagship, so
yeah, Tessia has a lot of choices coming up for her next few turns.
So she's more than happy to give up Swordmaster here. That much is clear. Gonna put the 4th in. This is awkward actually because the double cross is actually gonna tie them.
Yeah, she has to decide if she wants to put the double cross in now.
It has to be done now.
It's not a combat card.
Yeah, it's gonna. She would be in front without knowing what Hundro's got though. So, and there's a point to win. And I don't.
With only 2 cards, I think I would charge.
I think I would be doing it as well. Yeah, we'll see. So it's obviously down and up. For Tessia, well, just down. So it's surely got to be. You've got to take the flagship point, right? Gonna go up with spacing. Makes sense. What else you got here? Wind traps. I mean, you could get wind traps and thinking you're gonna get 2, but I don't think it's really necessary. I think Tessia's made the decision she's not going Swordmaster just yet. So
there it is.
There's the flagships.
Okay.
Kind of boxed themselves into that decision. Now, do they spend double cross? I think
it's so tough. You need so much Solari if you want to get flagship.
Doesn't do it. Show him direct ship turns up, by the way. Wow. Well, Duncan Loyal was taken, by the way, and put on top here. So keeping that for the back end of the game. Don't know if I'd have put that on top, by the way, but whatever. Just be a little careful as well. Her deck is a little big here, 14 cards. Beast is up. Beast is wondering what's going on here.
There's no way to get in extra troops, but fighting for second here is not the greatest when you can just play that spacing card.
I don't think there is any way to get second here.
I think you just go still suits. Go still suits, throw away the dagger.
Could go fold space, throw away the dagger. I think either's fine.
2 water gets you the point.
Or are they just going to use Satellite Band and retreat the troop? I don't think that's... Wow, so they go conspiring instead.
Okay.
Wow. Okay, so they're just going to garrison up for next round here. Interesting. Windfall is found, which is not helping a ton. There's the dagger. So, Hunter's going to win the combat here. Tessie's going to get second, which I guess she won't hate. Retreat. You don't. I'll be honest. You very rarely see the retreat of Satellite Band used. I think its agent action is far better, and I think just getting those raw resources, I think would have been more useful to Beast. But in any event, like when you can throw in so many troops anyways, I think just letting it die for the spice and water, I think it's totally fine. Especially you got the dagger, you can just chuck away. So and you're not really buying anything. So I don't know. Go either way on it.
I mean, yeah, spice in the water for a troop.
It's pretty good.
Look at this.
I mean, this basically you're basically getting second place, right?
Exactly.
For a troop, you know, which is kind of what you were hoping to get anyways. So, and you're getting a faction bump out of it too. That's also pretty good. But in any event,
Ended up using the faction bump anyway to go.
Yeah, they went for Emperor, which I did expect Conspire. I'm a little surprised about that. I guess they're thinking, well, I've got to get hold of my my Swordmaster somehow, so that's how they're going to do it. So Hunter wins the combat and takes the point. Water and Spice for Tesia, and we're going to move on here.
Trashes the dagger, getting his deck a little thinner.
Yep, makes sense. Continue this kind of curious game here. We shall see. So next up is Desert Power. So more victory points and more water. We've had a lot of water in this game. Hunter's found treachery. Tesia's hand is a bit awkward, but maybe a chance to get rid of some daggers here. Beast's hand, as we said, is not going to be very good here. They're going to be struggling. Now, the thing is, well, they're obviously fighting over the Spacing Alliance here, so Tesia, and that's why Tesia's going fold. Oh, I thought she was going to go fold space for a second there to get in front, but she's, I guess she feels she can always just sing it away, so it's not a big deal. So we'll take the cash. Beast will Swordmaster.
Would you have used fold space here? I think she just wants the reveal for the shipping bump, right?
I think so, yeah. I think ultimately that's what's going on. People see shipping, people want shipping. You know, I say that kind of mockingly sometimes, but there is a lot of truth. Some people just like see a shipment of like, I must get this.
Did Tesia move up her?
No, she just took cash. She just took the cash for Swordmaster, obviously. Although surely Beast has got a. Is Beast really gonna not worry about Swordmaster? You kind of got to donate to Tesia, right?
I think you do it now. That's why you went.
You've got so much
fire,
money. Right? Like, why not just get in the way? They kind of don't want to give up the dagger because, yeah, they don't want to give up the dagger because of the combat. The problem is that the Convincing Art was their next card here, so it's got to be that. So Master it will be. Hunter's got all sorts of options here. I don't hate just smuggling here. And taking the spice. And take the alliance while you're at it, so you're getting 2 bumps basically out of this. I think that feels pretty good to me. Yeah, that's what we do see.
Yep. And you can also get spice.
Yeah, exactly. You get the spice, so you can get the extra bump here. So you're basically getting a kind of a forced interstellar shipping here. Which is what we see. And they've got to take the bump. Which they must do. Hence, I've got to remind them. So, spacing alliance taken. So, back to Tesia in this kind of weird sort of turn they're taking. Now they're going to feel like they've got to go Hardy Warriors, which is what they do. And I have a funny feeling they're going to throw, at least 4 in. And they're going to prepare double because they
don't have another action.
Oh, they're going everything. But now this is the problem because the issue here is because, of course, they've got their that bit of reveal. Everyone's got 2 actions. They feel like they've got to overcommit now. And this is the problem. Like, when you're short on actions like this, and you've kind of, like, played a bit weirdly, it causes you this expense later on, and people forget this.
So if Beast wants to go conflict, do you go Carthag or Arakeen here? It's a tough call because
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate Arakeen. There's some half decent cards in that draw deck. But people see intrigues, people want intrigues. Well, they find coal, which is not terrible. That's money, basically.
I mean, that's a
lot of money does the beast, but he's going to struggle to use a lot of it, so gets the bump, obviously, with the shipping. And I guess they're just going to go Hager Basin if they still can, which I imagine will be open. So, yeah, they've got to take the shipping bump.
Yeah, so I think if that's your next move, you leave both troops in the garrison as a flexibility.
What's Hundro doing here? If Hundred's about to use a Reckless Liaison, why on earth would you not use Test of Humanity? Just saying. It's just superior in every way, so. I mean, Secrets is fine.
I don't mind going
Secrets is fine. Yeah. Get a bump, get a point, make him discard stuff, make their life a little awkward. It's not going to make a huge difference specifically in this round, but in theory, you feel like you're doing something. Who knows? Maybe they get rid of a troop instead. Maybe they've got a hand specifically to buy something, I think he's considering going Research Station for Chosen Directorship, I think is what's going on here. And he's obviously worried about the fact that if he does go Research Station, he's going to draw into his next hand.
He could take this conflict.
Wow, goes Mentat.
With second wave and also the troops you're getting from Treachery.
Goes Mentat with Liaison. That looks insane. Here's the double cross. So has to do this against the Beast, which makes sense. I would probably feel forced to do that. So Tessie's going to be fairly good here. Beast can't respond.
Hundred can definitely take this conflict now after seeing that.
He could.
Go to Arakeen. And then you're going to get 2 troops with
I'm trying to work out where he went.
Treachery.
I'm trying to work out where he went Mentat with Liaison. That's such a weird move.
Maybe he wanted to see what the reveal was for Tessia.
Why not just, I guess, but why not just go Research Station? And just get Chosen Directorship? It's sitting right there. Beast has got no choice but to go Imperial Basin. There's no point in putting any more troops in, unless they want to try and cut Hundred out, which I don't think they're going to bother with. If Hundred wants it, Hundred can have it. But yeah, I really thought Hundred was going to make a punt for Chom there. I think that's, I think I would have done so. But that's not going to be the plan here. They're not going Research Station now. There's no point. So I guess it's just diplomacy and treachery somewhere. Interesting enough, by the way, if he's willing to wait, he could put troops in with steel suits, for example, and he could play Tessie Humanity afterwards and force both players to lose a troop out of the combat.
That's why I think this is totally a
and then he uses Treachery's reveal to take the combat. It's pretty sneaky.
Yep. It's a point.
I think he would be able to tie. He could win it with second wave if he wanted to. It's a commitment, but you're getting some alright bumps while you're at it. Steel suits, steel suits secrets looks pretty fun.
Even secrets, yeah, secrets. Maybe you draw another
I think he's gonna go Arakeen with Tessie Humanity. I think is what he's doing here. Yep. He's going secrets now with that.
That's totally the move.
He's going to have a ton of whatever he does here, so I guess that's why he's not bothering with steel suits. But, I mean, bump's a bump. But I think Secrecy's got to do, regardless, one of the two actions.
Yeah, test of humanity here is brutal.
That's why it is. Like, if you get action economy on your on the players, Test of Humanity just has extra spice. And I just feel like if you go steel suits, it's one less faction button the front you've got to find. Tactician is found, so even more swords. Feels pretty good. So Unfussable's going to reveal for a couple. They get a couple of swords. They should trash Assassination with Cole immediately. You should trash something with Cole. Like, you've got it. You've got to trash something.
He sees it.
They might get rid of Dune Desert Planet, but I think they should get rid of this. They've got it for the money, right? I think that's fine. So back to +4. So basically just get free Solari. So here comes Test.
Here
it comes. And players will be forced to get rid of troops here because there are no cards to be discarded. So they both must lose the troop. And Treachery's going to do the job. And they get the convincing. Now the only issue is they've still got to use Tactician though, if they want to win this. No, well Hunter's got to actually only put in 2 troops and then Treachery's 2 more, and then use Tactician for 11. He's miscounted this slightly.
A little bit. Could have been a little bit more efficient, but
yeah, he's miscounted this a touch. Unless he's going to use second wave now, I guess. Yeah, it's too late now. Yeah, he's got to use second wave, so slight miscount. He's got 4 to buy. I don't hate Fremen Camp, I guess. You got to be looking how you're going to fund your guild bankers. So two persuasion cards are the way to do that. And then
if you're shipping so much, I think I would use Tactician instead of second wave. Because second wave is a potential 6. Tactician's only 3, so...
Yeah, well, I mean, he's kind of put himself in this side, so... Everyone's asking what everyone's doing here. Hospital obviously passes, so... Yeah, he's wasted a troop here unnecessarily. So now he's kind of got to use Tactician for a troop he didn't need, or... It doesn't matter anyway. So, combat's 1. Hundred takes the combat. Takes a big point. Hundred carving a lead out here.
Yeah, this is looking really good for Hundred.
He's got himself in a good spot, but, he's got to keep it up here. These are not cheap. Unfussable with the War in the... Oh, no, it was Tezia with the War and Spice. Who was it the second? Were they tied?
Yeah, Tezia.
It was Tezia, okay then. So, Unfussable's got to get moving here. Only 2 points in 5 rounds is not enough. Same for Tezia, really. So, 6th round, Cloak and Dagger. Faction Bump is definitely of use. Two intrigues would be pretty nice. There's not many on the table. Beast is up first. Beast has got Satellite Ban, Diplomacy, some fun cards there, Signet Rings there, but they don't have an alliance yet. And that is definitely starting to hurt here. No shipping for Beast either. Unfussable in some trouble here. Hunter's refound Treachery, and he's got Guild Bankers in hand.
So what do we do as Beast here? We could look to try to get Chom directorship, because those bumps are valuable.
It's really hard to, though.
It would probably have to start with going...
You got so much faction access in your hand as well.
High Council.
Like, you're giving up... Yeah, kind of... It's awkward. This is very difficult. I think I would probably start with just hollow projecting out your Dune and just kind of seeing the next card is, but I guess this is fine. I think they're going to go Steel Suits here, I think, and just take some resources and get rid of Dune. Yeah, put the troop in. I think it's what they're going to do here. They're eyeing up Great Flat and they're thinking Highliner. They've got to start hitting that sooner or later, so I think that's what's going on here. I think it's going to be Signet Ring to Great Flat and then they're going to Highline. Maybe they'll use Dune Manipulation instead, I don't know.
Yeah, it's just one conflict too late. I mean, this conflict's not bad, but it's
Beast,
not
yeah, the problem is as well, like, Beast obviously coming into the tier 3s is going to be last in action, so they're going to be kind of reliant that no one else has Highliner. And it's going to be a problem here. Huntro goes up twice with his ring to go down. Now, what are they after here? No amazing techs, I don't think. Unless you want to get detonation, you fancy getting clever here, but that might be an overreach.
You can. I don't mind that. You have treachery. You have Fremenkamp. You could get a win here.
I don't know. When's Hundred realistically going Dreadnoughts though? I don't think he's getting them anytime soon. I don't think he's going for that. I think if anything, you might. Wind Traps, you've got so much mortar anyways. You could get Restrictive. I don't hate Restrictive here. Get hold of the force restricted. I get hold of those 4 swords later. I don't hate.
That's actually pretty nice because just revealing treachery puts you at 8 strength.
Yeah, it's pretty good. That's probably good for a second place, especially in those extra 4 swords in these combat frees is pretty good. And that's why he grabs it. So he's saying he's going to go High Council pretty soon. A lot of players might feel they've got to get in the way of this.
That mean you just go Wealth with Guild Bankers and then get it now? Get the High Council now?
I think so.
Or right after... Oh, and it's...
Yeah, High Council. Yeah. Well, I mean, I think Tessie was going there anyways. So it's only the second super token for Tessia. So she gets the extra water, so she's now threatening Great Flat. Everyone can get there. Beast has got to get in there first. Surely Beast has got a signature in Great Flat here, right?
Yeah, I think that's the play.
Beast has got to start hitting high. They haven't got any acts. They haven't started any. These Highliners are going to get them their spacing point as well, which is going to be huge. So I think they got to do this. You could maybe even stall with Mentat. You got Windfall. You got options. And this is a good combat for you, I mean, getting hold of the Intrigue and 2 Intrigues and the bump for you is pretty good as Beast. You got points to make up. You got alliances you want to win. Seems insane to give up the 5 spice here. Especially with tier 3s incoming. You don't have to highline this round. You're not obliged. You can hold on to the spice for next round, but I think in the free player, you've got to make sure you're ready for highlines in tier 3s if you're any kind of combat leader. I think it's too valuable, especially when you've got distance to make up here. You've got to win some of these combats. If you don't, you're just out. Remember, of course, it is, as I say, it is winner goes through. That is, it is winner takes all in these games. There is no prize for second.
Yep. Grab the spice. The thing is, Tessia might get the spice at Haga Basin.
I mean...
And she'll have Highliner also.
I mean, there's not a lot you can do about that. If she wants it, she can get it. And that's a thing. And then maybe there's credence then to, if she does get it, then you highline now and you just keep most of it garrisoned. And then you use, your shuttle fleets. You use your, or your landing rights, and you use your city spaces, and you use your Fremen trips to... and you use those to put those troops in. You go Hardy Warriors, with your water. Beast would very much like the Fremen Alliance. It's pretty good for him. So if you're worried about Tessia highlining before you next round, highline this round and just garrison everything. But it's got to be Great Flat. I don't think there's any other real option here. Now, if they don't put it in, that will be telling. There's no obligation for them to do so. I think they're going to go to either a city space or Highliner here. I'm pretty sure. So
yeah, I wouldn't put them in. Keep the other players guessing.
Hundro's going to use Guild Bankers just for some wealth. Get the point. Don't hate it. Gets him to 6. And Tessia is going to reveal for Cho'am, which is huge in all sorts of ways. She needed Cho'am. It's a big card for her, of course. But it's also huge because now Beast does not have to go highline here at all. In a way, I almost want Beast to find Mentat here. I actually wouldn't mind seeing Beast Mentat at all. I think I'd kind of like that.
Mentat, Trash and Dune?
Yeah. Stall. Make Hundro commit first. Obviously, you don't know that Hundro's got Treachery again. He's kind of unlucky that he does.
Yeah.
But even second place here is okay for you. The problem is what else are you doing with this money? Flagship's gone. So that's gone. So you might as well use the money. So you might as well hit Mentat.
Ordnance is gone.
I don't think there's any reason. I think you might as well go Mentat when you can.
And he sees it.
Yeah. So Unfussable will Mentat here. I don't think there's a lot of cards in your deck here that even that concerned about drawing. Finds landing rights, which again, it's not a.
That's good.
I mean, it's not a big deal. Obviously, I mean, you kind of would rather have seen that next round, but it's fine. So Hundro will have to act first. He does have Treachery. Fremenkamp...
He's only got 5 cards in his deck. Theoretically, if he cycles out Diplomacy, he has a chance of seeing it again.
Yeah. Now, Hundro wants Spice is the issue, but the only card he can mine with is Fremenkamp, so he's kind of got to work out, if he goes Hanger Basin, does he put the troops in? No, he's just going to take the Smuggle bump here. Wow.
He figures he has smuggling next round.
He has instead of shipping, but the thing is, this kind of tells the story. This kind of makes... Surely the problem is this gives up the game, and now Unfussable must know that Treachery's in Hundro's hand here. Like, if I'm seeing Unfussable here, I'm like, okay, he's putting in 2 troops with Treachery. Like, minimum. Like, I'm not going into this combat and putting in 1 troop. I'm putting in at least 3. Probably more. So landing rights will be played. I think they're just gonna. They might just take the spicy. I'm unsure. But these 3 troops are going in. I reckon.
I think you go up. You might be able to see landing rights.
Yeah, or maybe just get smuggling and get a bump in. Ooh,
finesse.
Ooh, that's a nice fight. That's pretty good. I like that. I would definitely go up now. But I think. You gotta expect he's got Treachery. It's a trap. It's a trap. It's a trap. An Admiral Akbar alert. I think Unfussable should have seen that one coming. I think they had to contest more here and charge a higher price for the second place. This is too good here for Hundro.
Now you cycle out. Cycle out Diplomacy. Hope to draw one of your daggers.
I mean, that's what you got to do here, right? Yeah, they're gonna try and punt for it. They don't find it.
This is
convincing. It is found. So never mind. Is what it is. But yeah, there's a misstep there from Unfussable. Not a good time for it. No, they can't. Hold on.
Oh, drag. Just drag it. Yeah.
Bit of lag there. So nothing to be done here. But the next question is, I don't think they're going to use finesse to tie up this conflict.
No.
I don't imagine.
No, you don't. Yeah, especially being like 1 point away from, or I guess 2 points away from Emperor.
Yeah.
Can get your Emperor bump somehow, and then finesse when you need to get an extra.
Or maybe even finesse to get or even
3.
use finesse to get there in the first place or whatever.
Yeah.
There are options. So,
Sure.
But again, the problem is Beast has not got a lot of not got a lot of it in, not got much. Not got a lot of intrigue, persuasion, influence. I'll get the right term eventually. So it's kind of a bit expensive. So Hundro gets everything here. I'd be very happy. It's a very cheap win, this. Very cheap win.
You're gonna have 4 intrigues.
he's going to be able to, you would imagine, most likely cash something in next round. So... And the thing is, yeah, they are going to charge.
Oh no.
I mean, it's actually not that bad though. Like, this is more expensive for Hundro than it is for Beast here. Because he does not want to use second wave. He wants to keep it for the tier 3s. I think he might take the draw. I think he's going to take the draw here. Yeah, he does. Yeah.
An intrigue. Okay,
yeah, I think he wants second wave for later on, so.
Oh, stage incident. Huge.
Feels good when you can get the Highliner,
Expedite.
but the problem is you want to be winning the actual combats, though, so it's a bit weird, that. Expedite found for Hundro, which is enormous. Basically a second ring whenever he wants it. And we are on to the tier 3s. Imperial Basin is up first here. So, bonus troop for the Beast. Yeah, it's kind of weird. So, Beast either wants to win convincingly, or he goes in hard, he gets beaten to it, and then stages as a makeup. But the problem is Beast needs to pretty much win comms. I don't know if Beast is going to be able to use staged. Beast also drawn hideously, by the way.
Yeah, he needs to
which was the problem.
Something.
Hundro's
cycle out the convincing.
Hundro's up first. Hundro needs spice, obviously, so they're just going to continue to take bumps with shipping here.
Protect the alliance, right?
It's tricky, but it's Tesia. It's hard to know. I think I think I would not do it. I know it's easier sitting here, but given the fact that Tesia's tokes elsewhere, I think I would be brave and dare. Knowing that I've got treachery still and I'm yet to use it, I think I would say try it. And I don't think Tesia will here, so I like the aggressive play. Tesia still does not have her signet ring, by the way, her swordmaster, by the way.
Yeah, I think at this point it's a little late.
So, gets the bump with the selective, gets the snooper token, they will get Spice Must Flow. They have 10 persuasion, so they get an action. I think they might just go with Duncan if they can here, but the problem is Tesia's got a lot of ground to keep up here. Convincing, gotten rid of by Beast to find the other convincing. It's not what I wanted to see here. I think you're going to see an Arakeen trip. It would not surprise me to see Arakeen at all. The problem is, Tesia was in some trouble. She tries to find margin this, and then Tesia Humanity comes up. Tesia's going to lose Spice Must Flow. So she's in real danger here, is Tesia Vernius. She's going to use Duncan, and
she can throw in a troop with Duncan, and then get rid of that.
I don't know. I think she's going to go Duncan, and I think Hundro is going to use Tesia Humanity, and she's have to just lose a troop, I guess.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
So Beast here is he debating Mentat without the dagger?
He wants the daggers for artillery.
Yep.
They want the daggers for artillery. I don't hate it. It's either that or Arakeen. I think you got to keep drawing cards. You think you've got to find your Highliner access, right? It feels too important.
It's in his deck. 1 in 4. Could potentially get two spaces.
Wow. So I think Beast is feeling a little desperate, and they feel like they've got to make something happen here. I mean, they've got to get the actual Dreadnought here. There we go. So Beast is going all in. They feel like they're too far behind, and they're going to start taking risks. So Dreadnought should be noted, Dreadnought cannot be used for stage incident. It is troop specifically. So I think they're going to look to go put these 3 in. They're going to stage now, and then they're going to keep high for next round and just go all in. But the problem is, if Hundro wins this, Hundro's going to be at 8 points minimum. That's a problem. That's a real problem. If Hundro can get to Fremen, that's 9. Here comes Tesia Humanity now. And if it does, that means Tesia will be forced to reveal on the spot. Tesia, in a way, won't mind. The thing is, if Tesia suddenly saw so, she's like, oh my god. And she's just realized that the problem she's about to be in here.
Oh, you flashed it. You might as well play it.
Yeah. I think if you're going to flash a card, you kind of got to use it.
Especially a card like that. You have to. But
he wants to go... He's going research station first. He wants to try and
He
find
could.
the Spice Must Flow here. So, Hundro Moritani is trying to win this round.
Oh,
He
Fremont
finds
Camp.
Fremen Camp. This could be over, kids. Tesia will go Steel Suit. She's got to put the troop in now because of... Oh, no!
Oh, no!
It was risky. I mean, if Testimony comes, like, you lose Spice Must Flow. You can't ditch a troop in the garrison.
Oh, maybe they didn't notice that it was flashed.
That is very scary. I think they're going to get away with it, though. I think Hundro's just going to go and get Spice here.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Back to the Beast. I mean, it's got to be Arakeen or card. I mean, it's just really awkward. Like Beast wants to draw, but wants to draw specific cards. But they've got to win this combat. Like, they can't give this up. Like, they know they've got stage, and that's they want to get that as well. But I think they've just got to ignore it and just win combats. I don't think they can. I think there's too much distance now. They've got to just win this combat and go from there.
You have to go Arakeen.
It's got to be Arakeen, yeah. They want to go
It's the only
Carfag, but they've
play.
got no second action.
Exactly.
Unless they then go Mentat.
Maybe he doesn't think it's going to end this round, but...
I mean, it's unlikely, but it could. They do go Arakeen. Diplomacy is found, so...
Fines.
It's in you go. It's going to be an all-in for Highliner, and they're going to look to win 4 points. Staged, Combat, and Dreadnought.
That'll bring him right back in this game, and I don't think Hundro has enough firepower to compete with that.
Hundro's got 10 He's got 10 persuasion, so Hundro is surely just going to go Hagabase in here. Yep. And Hundro's got to realize that they're going to only put in 1 here, which is going to slightly give the game away. If they do. But it is what it is. The problem is, I mean, you've kind of... Yeah, it's tricky. Like, Beast is basically saying, I'm going Highliner. Like, either this round or next round. But there's no guarantee. The thing is, though, you don't know that Beast has drawn his card, though. Tessie obviously reveals for the point. They're up to 6. It's hard to see how Radofix is going to win this game, though. I think they're going to struggle here. They need a bit of luck. They've got no intrigue, so they're playing face up. They've got no Swordmaster. It's going to be really difficult here. So, Beast has to highline now. They've no choice. And I think they've just got to go largely all in here to get staged and get all 4 points. Maybe keep a couple back with daggers. But it's got to be Highliner. There's no options here. So... Your 2 daggers are worth 4, so that's 13 strength. That's 17. Minus 6 is 11. 17, so it's 21. Minus 6 is 15, which is plenty, but 100 could well have, like, Allied Armada and something, which is scary. So there's a point. Beast is going to get all 4 off here, so Beast is going to get up to 7 as well. Beast needed a big round. They needed a swing round here, and they're going to have it. But next round, Hundro Moritani is ready for Highliners, and no one else can stop that. So, Hundro's still in the advantage here.
Very good round for Beast, but it just might be a little too late type scenario.
Yeah. So they will pass. Stage will be played. Wrong one. They'll be getting rid of that in a second. So, but yeah, Hundro Moritani still in the advantage. Yeah. Not much you can do about that. I mean, that's just is what it is. So, 4 points. The comment will be taken. But Hundro's going to have 12 spice. You know.
Just 12 spice.
Just 12 spice. So,
No
the
big
thing
deal.
is, like, Hundro doesn't need to panic. He's going to get Sleep Must Awaken. He's going to get Highliner. He's going to get all sorts of things here. So Hundro is in no panic here at all. Hundro just needs to pass. He's trying to work out the maths here.
It's only 6.
His second wave's no good. It only gets into 11. Just pass.
He's bluffing. He's showboating.
Bit of Hollywood, maybe. He does have something here.
Yeah.
Bit of Hollywood, but
Maybe
the thing is, there is
trying
no.
to show that maybe he could.
I don't
tie.
think there's any Hollywood here. I mean, like, I would be saying whatever. Like, either you've got enough to do it, or you don't.
I mean, it could be debating like, oh, I can tie here.
Nah, I think he's either going to do it or he's not. I mean, whatever. All right, here we go then. So round 8. Economic supremacy. And I tell you what, there's only one person that currently favors.
Oh,
That is a dream combat here for Hanjo Moritani as he finds treachery, as he finds guild bankers, he finds his signet ring. Surely this is Hanjo Moritani's to lose. I mean, Highliner, treachery, Stephen Must Awaken. You can get some spice back maybe as well, and you just win the game, right? I don't think Hanjo's going to be stopped here.
Yeah, this is Hanjo's game here for sure. I don't know if he has enough to pay for Highliner, Sleeper Must Awaken, and the Spice Point.
But he ain't going to need
right
all
now,
of it.
but
He don't need them all. But we'll see. Who knows? So, so Tesia is going to take the Alliance here. The problem is she gets all these forces garrisoned, but the problem is that now she can't...
Duncan's in her discard.
The problem is how's she going to shift half of this? That's the issue.
I mean, she could get lucky, draw a research station, and get Duncan again.
I mean, that's, I think, what she's doing.
Very
if she finds
unlikely.
Duncan, Idaho, then...
It's a 1 in 7 right now.
I don't know. I mean... If she finds Duncan, that changes the maths here. Beast finds Satellite Ban, landing rights, which is cashable, by the way, to get more dudes in. And that gets a point with a faction here. So, this isn't lost yet, but... Hanjo surely's got to be thinking, as long as he highlines and just jams this combat, like, he's probably good here. Barring something bizarre, the crazy thing is that Hanjo Moritani could go Signet Ring to smuggling and use Expedite and get free bumps. Which is kind of insane. I don't think it really helps him to do that, but it's a thing that he could do. It would get him his Fremen bump. That's a point.
Yeah, but I think you're using the spice for other things.
Well,
right?
no, I mean, you just get the 2 spice back when you ship. You spend 1 spice for Signet Ring, you spend 1 Expedite, and when you cash it, you just get your spice back. You're basically turning 2 spice into a point at Fremen. And, you know, I don't hate that. Point to point, right? And then you've got 12 steel. You highline to with treachery.
No one's threatening Highliner right now.
Or even you consider highlining with guild bankers and then treachery something else and take another alliance, you know?
Oh,
highline secrets, you know?
Secrets.
Highline secrets. Take that point. Hanjo's got a lot of options here. Like, he's definite favorite here. But can someone spoil the party? I don't see how Beast is going to do it. I don't see how Beast is going to do it. I think Beast is considering Research Station with landing rights, I think.
If Tesia finds Duncan, she will have enough Solari to pay for flagships because of the reveal from Chum Directorship. That would be huge.
That would be significant. That would be 22 strength plus the dagger for 23, and then it's not so clear for Hanjo, but between Highliner and Treachery in second wave, I think he would have enough. If he can get restrictive ordnance online, that would also be good, but obviously if he pays for restrictive, he can't get the point from the combat. So, it's going to be complicated. Second place as well is just a straight point here, by the way. So, everything for everyone to fight for here. But I think Beast has got to be thinking, I don't see how I'm going to win this point. So, I think Beast has got to work out where else they're getting these points from. I think they got to go Research Station. I don't really see what else they can do here. And just try and find Spice Must Flow. I hate to say it, I fear Unfussable Race is going to be run here. Mentat is first. They find the dagger. No
alliance still.
Select. He goes selected. He's going for everything here. He's going for the Spice Must Flow at the same time. So Hanjo is rolling for absolutely everything. I don't know which one they're getting rid of here. They're saying it's one of the two. I don't think.
The thing is, like, even if you draw the Spice Missile, it might help pay for Sleeper Must Awaken, right? Is there a point card for most spice must flow? I don't think we should.
I
be telling
mean,
him.
he's either going to know that or he's not going to know that. I mean, he's calling
Yeah.
the market is what he's thinking about. And it does count how many spice must flows, not the not.
Or maybe he's asking if you still get the VP for buying it. Or maybe
Yeah,
not.
no, both everything that requires stuff to do regarding spice must flows depends on how many cards you've got, not how many times you've bought spice must flow.
Right.
So, but that's something.
That has cost me a game when I first learned Dune. Also, I didn't know that you can trash with selective from your discard. So I trashed a spice with
Yeah.
float in hand.
And it should be noted that that does mean that corner market, like if you've just got one spice must flow, like if no one else has bought a spice must flow, you get a bonus point from that because there's one for having two and there's one for just having more. So
Yep.
that's why, and he has to trash. He has to trash before he finds the card, just in case. Blackmail
finds
is
blackmail.
found, which is kind of weird. Maybe he ditches that throw-in point now and just puts it into more swords. I think that's probably not a bad thing, actually. I guess I don't hate
Weird.
that. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Do you Sleeper Must Awaken now? You do, right? You don't want to get stolen. From
I think you've got to use something. Yeah, Sleep Must Awaken's paid for now. Nothing wrong with that. So if he wins the combat by going Highliner, like he gets 2 more points. That gets into 11. You'd think 11 would be enough given the fact that there's no intrigues on either players here. So I think as long as he goes Highlines and he just wins it, does she find Duncan? She does not.
Oh, and selected breeding is
She
gone.
does not find
Okay.
it. She's out of actions anyways.
Mentat's gone.
Doesn't matter. Tezzy's got no
yeah, she's
actions.
out
She
of
never got a
action.
Swordmaster.
Unlucky.
Never got the Swordmaster. So
Sure.
took their D7, and they missed. And I think unless Beast can magic something here, I don't
Let's
see.
see. There's 4 spice for him, but he can't grab it because he has no.
Beast has just got to
attack.
go Carfag, right, and just cash in, just throw everything in, and hope this all works out. I don't really see what else they can do. Maybe even
You
use
go
a
wealth.
dagger
You go
to
wealth.
like Sonic Snoopers and just cycle out all your intrigues if they're garbage and just try to find something that you can use. I don't know, but I
You go wealth first, maybe. So that way you can take the bump with Emperor and get 2 more troops in. I mean, without knowing what the other.
The problem is
players
Alejandro
have.
Moritani's got 9 points, so even if he comes second, he's still at 10. That's the problem. And you're looking at it like, how is Tessie Verni's going to take second place now? Unless she's got specifically Duncan Loyal, which you don't know. But you can wait, and you're going to find out very shortly. So I don't think I'd be going wealth yet. I think just Carfag, landing rates. I don't hate. I think you just got to take points though. Like how in the you look at it, it's like how does Hundro like never get second place here? It seems almost impossible, right? You're basically guessing, does Tessie Avernius have Duncan Loyal? It's a 1 in 7. I don't
If they
think
were
you can
paying
take those odds.
attention.
I think you've got to assume the game's ending this round. If it doesn't, then so be it. You know? Next round, take the Emperor Alliance or something. I don't know. But the problem then is if Tessia wins this combat, is she still going to be able to, like, reveal and have enough stuff to get hold of 2 victory points and end the game? That's the further complication.
He does have a lot of cards. 6 cards. And
Like, if she reveals... I mean, I don't know. It's awkward here. It's kind of weird. But she has no intrigue, so it's kind of complicating the maths, so... I think if I'm Beast, you just got to assume this is going to be the final round, and if it's not, then you just kind of wing the next one. You know, but I think that's just kind of is what it is. Like, worst to the worst,
Maybe-
next round, like, you know, if Hundred goes in Highliner and somehow doesn't win the combat, you know, you Satellite ban this turn, and then next round you go Great Flat Highliner.
I think it's secrets first then. Just try to get lucky with an intrigue, and then you can always take your bump with either.
With it, however you see it, I guess. It's you know, I don't know. It's awkward. Like, they've got 4 swords with the 2 daggers, but the problem... Oh, yeah, I mean, it's awkward here. It's very awkward, and it feels like this is a big decision. But you're kind of... your destinies are largely out of your hands now. You're kind of just punting cards and you're kind of rolling dice and you're just hoping you kind of get there. But I think they're just gonna go fold space here. I've got a funny feeling. I don't know.
They do have 3 actions.
They have
Yeah,
Hardy
can go full
Warriors. I mean,
space,
I
but
guess
the
they
point
feel they
there-
just got a Hardy Warrior and then Carfag and just throw troops in and hope it all works out. I guess I don't hate that. I mean, let's see. So Hardy Warriors would be 4 troops. Landing rights would be 1+1+2. So that's 8 troops. That's 16 strength. Plus the 2 daggers, that's 20. 20 strength doesn't feel too bad.
He can actually get to 10 points. It's not going to be enough, but...
Well, the problem is I don't see how Beast can ever score 3 points in this combat. Like, the problem is this is such a bad combat for the Beast here. Like, how does he ever qualify? He's basically playing... They're playing Denial. And again, if Hundro gets 2nd place, it's irrelevant. That's the issue here. If Hundro has 2nd place, then it's irrelevant. I think they're just out.
Bold Space, Secrets, Carthag, but...
Yeah, Hardy Warriors first. I think this is fine. I don't hate Hardy Warriors first. I think this is fine. You're just getting troops in and kind of hoping. But now you got to start discarding cards, and this is the next issue. What are you getting rid of here? Diplomacy? And then you're gonna landing rights Arakeen?
You don't have to get rid of a card here.
You don't have to. I suppose you don't have to. You're not obliged. It's not forced.
I think you need all these cards
Yeah.
in your hand. You have 2 more actions, so
Yeah.
Diplomacy and then...
Yeah, we're not going to see a
Carthag.
reveal here, yeah. So, this is an interesting spot for Hundro. So what does Hundro do? Does he just barrel Highline? He's got a barrel Highline, and he does. Yeah, he's not going to wait around trying to pay. He's just going to close this out here. So, 7 in. That's 1 too many. So, let's get him into the field here. But again, it's like, Hundro's got 2nd wave in blackmail. Like, this is just over, I think. Tessia reveals for, and there is no Duncan Loyal. And now the Beast realizes this is over. And there is nothing to be done, because Hundro's getting 2nd place.
Yeah, there was a chance that he can get to 10, I think, but he had to go fold space and then secrets and then take the bump with Bene Gesserit by shipping.
Yeah, it's
and get 2nd place on the...
Yeah, but the problem is there. But then Hundro just gets 11 points.
Enough because Hundro gets...
Yeah, Hundro gets another point, so didn't do anything. So I think it's just the realization just setting in that this is over. Unfussable, unfortunately, is gonna get eliminated out of the tournament here, which is a shame. Of course, rooting for us will do well. Sponsor the tournament. There's no question about that. But I think it was just took too long to get running in this game. I think that's the reality of this. Just had to. Hundro just dominated so much early, which the Beast kind of had to do, and just took too long, and has not been able to catch up in time. So unless they find some Hail Marys at like Carthag or something, I don't really see what they can do. It's a Carthag Hail Mary. Can they find Ambush? They find Poison Snooper, which I don't think is going to help here. This all feels pretty forlorn. They'll cash it in and just chuck dudes in, but barring a miracle, like they were praying to see Tessia of Ernius show up. Show up Duncan. That was what they're really hoping for here. But it's not going to be. Poison Snooper's there. You might as well see what it is. There's no harm in seeing what the next card is here. But Hundro's going to have... He's got 9 strength in his back pocket here. He's going to get up to 25. You are not... And there's just nothing to do. It's all over, unfortunately, so... But yeah, Sutekh went hard early. I think one of the key ones is that I think there was a couple of early combats that he got really cheap as well. Like, really cheap. And I think that has made a big difference here. I think they kind of had to go a little harder at them earlier on here.
Trying to see the outs. that he has, like as far as intrigues go, and the only one I'm thinking of is machine culture for a point, but I don't think that's enough.
Nah, it's not. I'm surprised they took Solari there, by the way. I don't know what that was about. Kind of weird. Don't know why you don't just take the spice there, but sure.
Maybe he thinks he still might win with his swords.
I mean, I
Might
guess.
be able to pay another point.
I guess. Hundro's up. So if I was Hundro, I would just go High Council, right? I mean, I don't know. It's kind of weird for Hundro. Like, if you go High Council, you're only getting
you
a
don't
point,
go High
though, right?
Council.
So I guess you can't. And you can't pay
Eric
for... I guess, well, you don't even need to put more troops in. It's kind of weird here. Do you just go Imperial Basin and just get some spice? Just in case it comes down to tiebreakers? And then just go... yeah, I think I just go Imperial Basin and just take some spice. I don't think the one spice matters to Beast here. I think it's irrelevant. Yeah, I think that's what I do. Just get as much spice as you can. Go Great Flat. Go Basin or something. I'd probably go Basin, actually, because if you go Great Flat, Beast can tie you on spice. So if you go Imperial Basin before the Beast, then they can't get the Great Flat. But I think you just grab spice, right?
Yeah. Great Flat, you would have enough to pay for both points when you win.
Is it 4 spice?
Yeah, it's 4 spice for a point.
Oh, yeah. Well, that makes that decision easy. Do you need the extra point? No, probably not. Like, if you win this combat and get 2 points, you're good. You don't need the third. But, I mean, if you get 3 points in the combat, then you're not complaining, right? Oh, are they thinking High Council and just take the point, though, and they think they're going to be good? That's risky. The question is, so what endgame points can the Beast secure? Machine Culture, and that's it, right?
Yeah, no plans within plans, no Grand Conspiracy,
No War Chest.
No War Chest, and no Corner of the Market.
So it's just Machine Culture, which they might have. It's not impossible. Yeah. Just goes Great Flat. Doesn't need to cash it in. Whack the troop in. Call it a day.
Yeah.
And
you
barring
have 7 swords.
barring anything crazy, it looks like 27 strength is going to be good here, and Sutekh will be making his way to the next round. A wildcard game with Irian, Mobj, and Naktma will be
What other
waiting.
intrigues are there? Sisterhood.
Hail Mary!
And to the victor. Unlucky.
What a needle. What a needle. Been a good game. You know, I think
yeah, this was actually a great game.
Tezzy just took a little too long, I think, ultimately, end of the day. Yeah, just nothing to be done here, unfortunately.
Yeah, like I mentioned earlier, the way to win 3-player games is you got to find points somewhere, and Hundro did. He found a point at the very beginning with Sleeper Must Awaken. He found 2 cheap combat VPs.
And he found a Spiceless Flow as well while he was going.
And he's got 2 alliances.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, he did enough. That found the extra 1 or 2, which is what you need to get over the line here. So the 4 swords, and they're gonna think maybe, but it doesn't matter. Like there's nothing to be done here. They know the game is over. Might as well play the Poison Snooper, see what it is. It's recon. It doesn't matter. The game's over. So Sutekh makes his way to the round of 14. Is the end of the line, unfortunately, for Radofix and for our tournament sponsor. It's been a good one. Unfussable, I think, did really well in their group. They're probably a little unlucky to have not straight qualified. But obviously a chaotic fight with Zazabu. It was a fascinating game that meant they had to take the extra round and they will not be proceeding. So a good game played.
In my round of 14 group.
Yeah. But it doesn't get any easier from here. So let us go and have a chat with the players. It was a good game. It was a pretty close game. You know, I mean, I think Sid did a decent job of like getting in front early and, you know, kind of leading from the front. It was a big swing round, obviously, from Unfussable the last round, but maybe it's just the case, just a little bit too much to do, I guess.
Yeah, I really needed that victory when he took it with the
I don't know what I really needed that point, but it didn't matter in the end.
No.
What
Well, I was maybe going here to get more swords, but then you only get 1 point.
Yeah, that's a problem. You kind of like might as well go for it, and you got a lot of swords in your hand anyway, so
Yeah.
you know.
Well, it was the right call.
Yeah. Like, I mean, there was Beast couldn't use like Out Armada, for example. So, like, if you got 7 swords, like, and they got 1 intrigue. I mean, that was the thing as well. Like, because you had all the intrigue and none of the others didn't have very many in this game. It's a very low intrigue game. I mean, we only saw like about 10 or so. There's 10 there, plus the ones that are still in your hands. So there was very few that were seen. So probably made it a bit easier. But no, it was a good clash. I think the fact, you got some cheap victories a little bit early. You found the Spice Must Flow as well. Seamless Awaken was huge. Obviously, finding that at the very start of the game.
Oh
Yeah.
Yeah, having that on the game.
Andro was, I would say, pretty favored in terms of the intrigues he drew. Otherwise,
well, the intrigue I drew, I didn't use until the end of the game.
Yeah.
You know,
But
as
it
I
won't be,
learned, you have to, draw intrigues. Easy.
It helps.
You also won a combat.
Yeah,
for
that was huge. I mean, Treachery as well was huge. That paid like massive
Oh god.
value in this
Yeah.
game. Got so much out
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah, great choice. Picking
And-
it over Shai-Hulud.
Yeah. And also getting swordsman before red.
Yeah, it was a kind of a
Yeah.
Oh, the
weird.
block by Tess,
There was a
yeah.
weird like sword master dance in this game. It was very curious.
Yeah, I didn't want to give the money. I blocked it. Then he went to Mentat, and after voice came off, he got the Sword Master. Yeah, it was. Yeah, dance.
I was lucky there. I didn't have any. I didn't have 2 access cards. I only had
No, it was bizarre. It was truly bizarre. So, but no, it was a good game. You know, I would say, as I've said in a few other games, like as a tournament organizer, it sucks in a way to do these because I know that one person's carrying on and the other 2 aren't, which does suck. But I think it's been a good spin. I obviously it's hard for me not going into this and wanting Unfussable to do well. Obviously, as sponsor, obviously also having seen how the final group game went as well with Zazabu, which was a fascinating game. You know, you don't see anything like that really outside of a tournament. But it was a brutal match this, and I think Sutekh he played pretty solid. Like, I don't think he really set any foot wrong, and that was enough to get him through.
No, absolutely deserved victory. Yeah. I also did not. I think I did not have the drive after what happened earlier this week. I wish I could have just gotten to pick Baron to dedicate this game fully.
Yeah, I
my
understand that.
memory to,
Unfortunately, there was
to
no Baron. Unfortunately, he never turned up, so it wasn't much you could do. Obviously that does suck. So, but I can understand. Either way, though, it's been, from everyone in the tournament, we do thank you for obviously supporting the competition. It's been huge, and we hope that you'll continue to watch and see who comes up on top of this, because all the round of 14 matches are brutal.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thanks everyone so much. Well played.
Yep, well played.
Thank you for playing, everyone.
So that is going to be all for the wildcard match. Obviously the sentiments echoed by Unfussable, the passing of Agent of Zion last Saturday. Obviously a big member of the community, which really sucks. And we are looking to do something to help with that once this tournament is finished as well. There'll be more details out on the channel at some point, I'm sure. Sutekh played solid. Didn't really make any real major mistakes. Took advantage of the ones that came up for him. Took his opportunities and was definitely deserved winner. There's no question about it at all. He makes his way to the next round. I think he'll be a good presence in the rest of the knockouts. Shame to lose Radofix. Shame to lose Unfussable. But the right person won. Can't fault that. Thanks to Josh for joining me for commentary for this one. Thank you all very much for watching. Again, if you like what we do, you can follow the channel. I got a Ko-Fi link in the description below. But outside of that, we will thank you all. We've got a couple more wildcards coming. We should be able to get a couple more onto the channel before we move on to the round of 14. Take care of yourselves. We'll see you in the next conflict.